Okay. I'm feeling like this was a karmic lesson. Or somebody needs to learn the lesson because they haven't released the burden quite yet. Also, somebody is aware of your interest in them. So if you think it's a secret, it's not. Okay. Page of Cups reversed. Could be dealing with a water sign. Again, this is somebody who's not expressing their emotions. So a water sign may not be expressing their emotions to you and has cut you off emotionally, or you've done this to them. Somebody does not want to kiss and make up. That's for sure. I see some difficult communication with this person. And feelings could have turned neutral. And somebody doesn't really know that yet. Okay. Let's get a little bit more here. Pull this over. The secret may be that, not ready to kiss and make up. Or somebody's promising, but they're not really giving. Ooh, Empress reversed. Okay. So we have the 2 female cards. That means somebody's powerfully attractive. So what we have is aloof, but not necessarily that attractive. I feel like there's some low self-esteem issues going on here. Somebody feels like they've lost some power and it's hurt their ego a little bit. There is definitely like a lack of dialogue, a lack of communicating feelings and secrets. I'm seeing there's really a need to let go. So a water sign may need to let go of you, or you let go of a water sign. But somebody's having a hard time moving on, or maybe they moved on and they maybe should not have. I'm also seeing that they could just be feeling lonely and wanting to come back, or you could feel lonely and want to come back. But somehow or another, somebody is feeling lonely and has low self-esteem and are wishing to come back, but the other person is being closed off. And I feel like this is not you. Okay, I kind of feel like it's them. You're not taking any initiative here. I feel like you're denying them. You're like, this is a waste of time. But they want to work and make it better. And they're having some self-esteem issues. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you're like, this is a no-go. Nope. Not going anywhere. Thumbs down. Turning something down. Not going into it. I'm also seeing like feelings turn neutral again. Somebody doesn't really feel that much anymore. Okay. I see like the end of a phase. Let's get some more here. 10 of Swords. Yeah, somebody's moved on. They're like, I'm done. Done. I'm moving on. I may have some residual feelings, but I'm done. The cycle has ended. They're recovering, and they're using this opportunity to recover wisely. I do see somebody wants to make it work. You're like, nope, I've come out of that bad situation. I'm done. And this Four of Pentacles is based a lot on fear. And 10 of Swords reverse says somebody's afraid everything's going to crumble. The other person's saying, nope, I've released it. I've moved on. You should too. I'm doubly over here. Yeah, I have some residual feelings, but that's not the same thing as having a relationship or wanting to be in one. Okay, last one. The Tower. Yeah, somebody's definitely breaking up. Definitely new ways of life, new cycles with all these kind of cards in here. It may just have to be a revelation for somebody that this is happening. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, possible an Earth sign. Maybe the Earth sign is a Taurus. Could be dealing with a Cancer, any water sign. But Tower here with the Empress, like on either side, I'm seeing like neglect is the reason why this Tower came through. Somebody who wasn't paying enough attention, or just overall, just something was not being done. And that caused this relationship to end. It's not like a blame game. It's just like, look, there was something that wasn't done, and so the relationship's done. And then with the Ace of Wands here, I'm seeing an unanswered prayer. Somebody was wishing for something so much. I'm not sure if this was you or someone else. I kind of get the feeling this is them. They were really wishing for something. And they wished for it so hard that their plans just crashed. And here's the crash here. And the Tower is telling me that this relationship was expired. I'm also getting more loss of power, loss of status. So again, somebody feels like they have an ego bruising going on here. Somebody may feel like they have lost their muse of some sort, something like that. Definitely an avoidance of something is the reason why this happened. I'm seeing new plans falling apart. It could be somebody's making plans without you. It's not working out, and they're just like, wow, I've lost my muse, I've lost my mojo, I've lost whatever made everything good. They want to come back. But what I'm seeing is you guys aren't meant to be together anyway. Okay, now let's start clarifying. Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Two of Cups coming together. So we have like a secret coming together, or somebody secretly wants to come together with you. That might be a secret that's not so secret. I feel like this is a new romance. So you may have a secret new romance and you're keeping it secret because the other person won't be able to deal with it. I also have like a secret oath. So you may have secretly gotten married and they don't know. Or even there could be, you have affection for this person. So you may secretly want to have a truce with them, but you don't want it to be any more than that. I'm not really sure why this Two of Cups is actually here. I try to clarify and I get something different. I do feel like there's a choice because we have two cards. You may have the choice between two people, but maybe you've married one. You may want to be friends. Oh, Four of Swords. Wow. I definitely have reserved implications here. Yeah, harmony, peace. Maybe you feel coming together, you want to come together in a peaceful way. I don't know if that's a secret or not. I see lots of retreat. We have retreating and coming together. So it could be the secret is that you want to retreat and the other person wants to come together. I've been seeing that all along anyway. I'm definitely seeing meditation. Somebody just needs to think about some things. Okay. Why is this Five of Pentacles reversed? Aside from giving us the Four. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I feel like that was the whole deck. There's just two cards, I think. Keeping them the same way they fell out. Okay, the Tower again, and Temperance reversed. So, again, you guys may not be very forgiving of this person. Again, we have the Tower again. So, wow. I feel like you guys feel like you got your freedom. You released your anger. You released, false security. You've released all that shock. And you guys were just letting go of stuff that was too much. And I feel like you're trying to control yourself. But, something beyond your control is really, starting to take you off a little bit. But I'm seeing with the Five of Pentacles reversed, any kind of suffering you're going through will end. Because you can't be doing too hot if you're in reverse. But I feel like you're losing patience. Or you may be dealing with a person who's losing patience. But there was a lost opportunity. And I feel like a new phase is coming through. There may be a male who thinks you can somehow save him. Or you did save him. But this person, they have low self-esteem. They want to rebuild with you is what I do see. They do. You kidding me? I just got done doing this. I want to see what the secret is. Six of Swords. The secret is you've moved on. Also, I get the idea somebody may be secretly watching to see what could go on with you guys or what's going on in your life. And so you're having to keep any relationship you have hush hush because this person's watching. Again, I see wanting to have harmonious movement with this person. You want to be friendly. if you have a love interest that's not this other person, I'm seeing they're aware that you're interested in them, and they're kind of watching you to see if there's potential for you guys. And obviously that's for somebody who hasn't already had a relationship yet. Somebody's holding on and the other person's moving on. So the secret is that somebody else is really holding on. They're afraid. They could be even a little obsessed. They want stability. They want control. They're very loyal. Definitely want stability. They may even want marriage, but we have 2 fours, 4 of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. I'm seeing that a man you're interested in with the High Priestess here, they could be keeping a secret that they're married still, or you could find out that this person never filed the paperwork, and or there's mother issues, especially with this Mother Empress card in reverse. So be careful. Because we do have very childish over here. And it could be you're trying to move on from the situation, like, I can't deal with your mom issues, okay? Or I can't be your mom. But again, this might be the secret that you've moved on and you've gotten married. Either way, you're getting free from oppression, which is good. Okay. I feel like you're focused on the positive now. Why is the Page of Cups reversed? And I have all the pregnancy cards in reverse as well. So, I'm not sure what that's about, but... Oh, Ace of Swords with the Page of Cups. I feel like this is fated. Whatever's going on, it could be some good news that's coming in for you about an infatuation. If not, if you've lost feelings or your feelings have turned neutral, you're just very, very sure about this. And again, I'm seeing a lost opportunity. So I feel like you're planning on missing an opportunity with someone. And you're definitely sure this is what you want. Some of you could be having love at first sight with the Towers in here twice. You may just speak the truth, or you may get a message about something that's truth, or you may have to give a message after you get one that just says, look, here's the truth. So you do have to open up some dialogue eventually with this person. Why is the Empress reversed here? Okay. 3 of Cups reversed and 4 of Pentacles again. I'm not getting it. Somebody's very closed off. They don't want dialogue. They, I do see like a broken pledge or a broken engagement, possibly, if not a marriage. And I'm seeing that really there is no solution to this problem. Like if you were to try to work on it, it wouldn't come to anything. I do see like losses of fertility or losses of babies, something of that along that nature for some people. Why is the Ace of Wands reversed here? 8 of Wands reversed. Yeah, definitely a block in communication. You guys are not communicating with someone. You're like, nope, unanswered prayer. Why is the 10 of Swords reversed here? Definitely seeing a lack of communication or connection with a partner, a previous partner. Ooh, 5 of Swords. Wow. Win or lose. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose is what I see here. Ouch. With the Page of Cups, I'm seeing a man lost a love. I don't know if you left or he left or who's who, but yeah, they may feel like they made a wrong mistake. I'm also seeing neglect, so they may have neglected you, or, you know, vice versa. And again, I've seen they feel worthless. They feel like it's unresolved. And I do feel like with the 3 of Cups here, there was a betrayal in love. I'm not sure if you did this or what, but... And somebody wants this to be over, and the other person's like, let's negotiate. They're just not letting you move on. They feel like a victim here. Why is this 5 of Swords here? I don't like 5 of Swords in a love reading. Definitely some kind of a deceptive partner. Ooh, the Sun. Yeah, something came out about somebody. Somebody decided to get their freedom. And they're focusing on the positive now instead. You feel more confident after having left a person. You feel like you're able to stand up for yourself now, whereas before you may have felt like you were under someone's thumb or just a little bit trapped. But you saw the truth of a situation. And you have the freedom now to live simply. You don't have to live with what this person was making life like. And you want things to get better, and they got better. Yeah. Oof. You escaped from a prison. Maybe not literally, but this is what you escaped, was feeling like a prisoner. This may be somebody who recently got out of prison, because we do have getting free, and then we have prison. You could have been dealing with somebody who was a commitment phobic person, or it could be you, okay? But have limiting partner's power. So I do feel like you were walking on eggshells with the Eight of Swords here. You couldn't move one way or the other. And that's definitely no way to live. And you don't really know what to expect from this person from one minute to the next. That's what it seems like. And when you have the Tower in here twice, it's not a really good sign when the Eight of Swords is there. You feel like you were in bondage and you were always obstructed with this person. And then with the Six of Swords here, you had to get away to get some distance from this perspective. From this situation. You had to get some perspective. Mm-hmm. All right, why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? That was me. Why is the Tower here? Okay. Okay, so the Star comes after the Tower. So after this Tower moment, I think this was hard on you too, okay? You have the Healing card. Breaking free from oppression for sure. If you look, this almost looks like the same guy wearing the same kind of color clothes a little bit. Anyway, and then yeah, definitely they have the same arm movements with the Sun, just reaching out, their arms stretched out, getting free from oppression. This relationship probably ended due to some kind of adultery, but getting healing, getting your self-esteem back, exercising your choice. And again, I'm seeing recovering. So you're doing really well with this recovery from this person. I'm not sure what was going on with them, but you're very optimistic about letting go of this person. You feel like there's more out there, and it looks like there was. I'm seeing you're not writing this person, you're not talking to them, which is probably driving them up the wall. But either way, you have calm after the storm, especially with the Six of Swords here. The secret is you've moved on. You're going to keep to yourself. You're not talking. But there's just been a bunch of chaos, and you're going to rise above it. And you feel like you'll have an improved life. You'll have improved health, especially mentally. Overall goodness. Let's see what else is here. I was wondering when these would come out. So we have Death and the Devil. So it could be dealing with a Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn. I think that's it. These are the actual signs. So you could be dealing with these people. Or you may have been dating a Capricorn who was also dating a Scorpio, on the side. Vice versa, you could have been dating a Scorpio who's dating a Capricorn. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is with the Tower here, and even the High Priestess, I'm seeing there were some dire consequences as a result of an addiction. Could be substance abuse, could be sexual. There's a lot of things it could be. But the Devil here says that there was, some consequences. And the Empress said somebody neglected something, as well as the High Priestess. This person was very closed off or secretive, and that was a very destructive move on their part. They needed to be more open. And whatever this happened, it was a blessing in disguise. It's for the best, okay? I see, releasing the Devil is what needs to happen here. The end of the Devil. Or, somebody mastered all their demons. I'm saying not. So this person hasn't actually changed. So if they come back and say they have, they haven't. There needs to be a transformation, but it hasn't happened. With the Devil, I'm seeing an affair or emotional blackmail. So again, there could be an affair here, especially with the High Priestess around. Oh, so sorry. Okay. Somebody is definitely emotionally unavailable, definitely a loner. They could have been holding out on sex. I'm not sure if that was some kind of the emotional blackmail or what, or they could have been doing that because they were having an affair. Or this could be a way that somebody got back at somebody else. I'm not really sure what the situation is. But it says to release fears, something has expired. And again, I'm seeing a recovery from somebody who may have been a little obsessed. Just laying your past to rest. And again, you didn't cause any of this change. But it came about and you're like, okay, well, I'm dealing with it and I'm not going to deal with you. I'll deal with what happened, but not you. And it was somebody's, or this is your secret ambition or your secret determination that you're not going to deal with them. And I'm seeing there's a silver lining to the situation. It was a blessing in disguise. There's an end. There's going to be a new routine, a new beginning in beliefs. So I wouldn't be too worried about you. I do feel like you ended a relationship and a friendship too. You possibly could have been friends, but something happened and you realized you couldn't be friends with this person.